Hello friends. So we are into the second part of the chapter Life Processes for 10th Standard Science. Well, in the last class we have discussed very well about the nutrition and the two major types of nutrition, that is the autotrophic nutrition and the heterotrophic nutrition. Now today we shall go into the crux of the autotrophic nutrition. Now what is this autotrophic nutrition? So if we divide the word autotrophic into two parts, we get auto means self and trophy means nutrition. So it is a self nutrition. It means here the organisms will be preparing their own food by themselves. So therefore it is said to be the word autotrophic nutrition. Fine. Now the final food that will be prepared by them, what will be that final food? So it was examined by various scientists and it was ultimately found that specifically in case of plants and other organisms, that the carbohydrates is the main photosynthetic substance which is ultimately prepared by the plants during the autotrophic nutrition. So plants and other organisms who possess the chlorophyll content, they are the main ones responsible for the autotrophic nutrition. So for preparing these carbohydrates, there are four major things that are required by the organisms. The first one is the sunlight, the chlorophyll content, the carbon dioxide and water. So this entire process of preparing carbohydrates with the help of these four major things, that is sunlight, the water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll, this entire process is said to be photosynthesis. Photo and synthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to generate. So with the help of light, something is being generated. So here the generated product is the carbohydrates. So therefore it is said to be photosynthesis. Fine. Let us see this photosynthesis equation. When 6 molecules of carbon dioxide reacts with 6 molecules of water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, 1 molecule of glucose, that is C6H12O6, is generated with the release of 6 molecules of the oxygen. So this is the photosynthetic equation. Now this photosynthesis is not an on-the-spot process. It is a spontaneous process. So there are certain sequential events which they take place during the photosynthesis. So let us see which are the sequential events. The first one is the absorption of light energy by the chlorophyll. From sunlight, the light energy will be absorbed and it will be later on converted into the chemical energy. So first one is the absorption of light energy. The second one is the conversion of that light energy into the chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and the oxygen. And the last step during this is reduction of the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. Now reduction is a specific process where the hydrogen is added and oxygen is removed. Once again I am telling, reduction is the addition of hydrogen and removal of the oxygen. So the carbon dioxide, which is not having any sort of hydrogen, later on it possesses hydrogen and the formation of glucose ultimately takes place. Fine. Now how do plants obtain all these four major substances that are required at the time of photosynthesis? That is sunlight, chlorophyll, the carbon dioxide and water. The first one, that is the sunlight. Now sunlight is mainly obtained by plants with the help of the sun. The second one is the chlorophyll content that is already present inside the chloroplast of the cells. The third one is the carbon dioxide. Now how do plants obtain this carbon dioxide? Now this carbon dioxide is mainly present in the atmosphere. So from the atmosphere it is ultimately absorbed, it is ultimately taken inside through some sort of minute pores which are present on the surface of the leaves, and these pores are said to be the stomata. So let us see the structure of a typical stomata. A typical stomata consists of a stomatal pore, a small pore, which is surrounded by a pair of some sort of kidney-shaped or bean-shaped cells known as the guard cells. And this opening and closing of the stomata is mainly controlled by the guard cells. So through these guard cells, the carbon dioxide is ultimately absorbed and the other substances are being released outside. Now, how the opening and the closing of the stomata ultimately takes place. So here I have drawn a very simple flow chart for you people to remember very well. Now, guard cells. The first part, when guard cells they absorb water, they will swell, and as a result of which the stomata will open and the guard cells will open. So as a result of which the carbon dioxide will be taken inside. The second part, when these guard cells they lose water, they will be shrinking it out, and ultimately the guard cells will be getting closed. So no exchange of the gas will be taking place. Fine. And the fourth thing, water. How do plants obtain water? Now water is mainly present inside the soil. So through the roots of the plants, water will be mainly absorbed. Now during photosynthesis, apart from all these four major things, some amount of minerals is also required. So there are four major minerals which are required by plants. That is nitrogen, phosphorus, the iron and magnesium. So these are the four major substances which are required by plants at the time of photosynthesis. Thank you very much.